Johnson and the LA Lakers won 5 championships in the 80s. Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls captured 3 straight NBA titles in the 90s. 4.5 years ago, they met in the finals as Jordan and the Bulls captured their first crown. At the Olympics in Barcelona, they both took home the gold. Michael left the game to try a new sport. Magic's health forced him to retire. Last season, Jordan returned to the Bulls in the NBA because he missed the competition. Last Tuesday, Magic returned purely for the love of the sport. Tonight, 2 future Hall of Famers are back in the hardwood again.
Where I ever played with baseball.
Yeah, got a lot of palm trees here, and it's an area known for its celebrities. But the 2 biggest stars in the land, on this night at least, are on the hardwood. We're at the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California. The Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers meeting for the 2nd time tonight. And, of course, Magic and Michael getting together for the first time in 4.5 years. Good evening, everybody. I'm Verne Lundquist. Welcome to Southern California. 1,695 nights ago, June 12, 1991, the last time Michael and Magic met each other on this floor, the finals of the NBA. Chicago won that game in the series 4-1. Little did we dream that night that both would leave the sport so soon. Nor, I think, could any of us have envisioned in the ensuing months that they would both one day be back in the league. And yet here they are, and we are the better for it. They talked about each other.
One thing about Michael, he'll laugh and smile with you, just like he did in shoot around with me. He'll smile, hug me. You know, what's up, my boy? Yeah. He's trying to soften you up. He gonna kill you. See, then he gonna smile and laugh with you after the game. See, Michael is like that. That's why you almost can't beat him. And Danny knows. See, he'll smile with you. See, he'll smile with Charles, and then he'll go kill him. And Charles will be like, he's still smiling. Yeah, Michael. Okay, I'll see you in a minute, Charles. Let me dunk one. Oh, what'd you say, Charles? Let me dunk it on. Oh, yeah, Charles. Hey, yeah. See, that's how Michael is. So you got to watch Michael. That's why I didn't want him to touch me today. Get back. I'm not your friend till after the game is over, see, because I know him.
This is the wildest of all dreams, you know. When we retired, at least when I retired, I knew that was it, you know. And then I think out of true love for the game, basketball is drawing us back, you know, to enjoy it. And I think we enjoyed it the second time around from a mental, you know, from just the relaxation atmosphere, not the money, the business that is surrounding it. It's just fun to play a game of basketball for the challenge of facing some of the young talent and competing against them and trying to beat them. I think so. That's all has played around our return, and now it's just like mentor against mentor, or age or knowledge against knowledge, and I think that too has a great excitement to it.
Well, the Danny that Magic referred to is my partner, Danny Ainge. You played against Magic and Michael for many years, Danny. You know them both so well. You must have some special feelings about tonight.
Oh, Verne, Magic made me crack up because he's exactly right about Michael. And I know Michael not only playing all the basketball games I've played with him, but also on the golf course I've had a chance to play with him, and that's when you really find the true character. He wants to kill you. We were playing in the finals as a member of the Phoenix Suns, and Charles Barkley was at Michael's restaurant eating dinner with him, and I was very nervous about that whole scenario. Michael obviously killed us, but this is really a special night, Verne. I never thought these guys would either one of them come back. Now they're both back. I can't remember a more exciting regular season game in the history of the NBA, for that matter, and I'm just excited to be here. I can't wait.
Well, we are, all of us who love this game, thrilled by what is going to happen, we trust, tonight. And there is a game to be played. We got 2 pretty good teams playing. The Lakers come in, they've won 4 in a row. They're 7 over 500. The Bulls are running roughshod over the league. They won again last night. 40-3. What do you expect from that?
40-3 is incredible. I mean, we've been talking about it. We've been doing these games for the last couple of weeks. Chicago is absolutely fantastic. They're definitely the elite team in the NBA. I think the presence of Magic all of a sudden makes them one of the top teams in the West. But tonight it's going to be a good game because Tony Kukoc isn't going to play. Luke Longley's not going to play. 2 of Chicago's top 6 players are out, so that should give L.A. an opportunity to win.
Now our national anthem, and here is Miss Chante Moore.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tony Cusack on the left, Charlie Sheen, a couple of members of the A-list. There are more. Jack Nicholson, we are told, is on location in Florida. Flew all the way back, got here about a half an hour ago. You knew he wasn't going to miss a night like this.
Well, you know, he said he was in there filming something and in Miami, and he wasn't going to make it to the game. But now the guy flies all the way across country just to make it to this game. That just shows you how huge this game is.
And now for the introduction of the starting lineups. The public address
Good evening,
announcer,
ladies and
Lawrence
gentlemen.
Tanner.
Welcome to the Great Western Forum for tonight's NBA contest between the visitors from the Central Division of the Eastern Conference, the visiting Chicago Bulls. And the home team, your Los Angeles Lakers. Let's meet the starting lineup first for the visiting Chicago Bulls. At one forward, number 33 in his 9th campaign from Central Arkansas, Scottie Pippen. The other forward is number 91, now in his 10th year from Southeastern Oklahoma State, Dennis Rodman. Starting at center, number 34, now in his 9th season from St. John's, Bill Wennington. At one guard, number 9, in his 10th campaign from Miami of Ohio, Ron Harper. And the other guard is number 23, in his 11th year from North Carolina, Michael Jordan. Trainer for the Bulls, Chip Schaefer. The assistant coaches are Jim Clemens, John Paxton, Jimmy Rogers, and Tex Winter. Head coach of the Bulls, Phil Jackson. Starting lineup for the home team, your Los Angeles Lakers. At one forward, number 23 in his 6th year from Cal State Fullerton, co-captain Cedric Ceballos. The other forward is number 41, also in his 6th year from Clemson, Elden Campbell. Starting at center, number 12 in his 7th season from Serbia, Vlade Divac. At one guard, number 25 in his 2nd year from Temple, Eddie Jones. And the other guard is number 9 in his 3rd campaign from Cincinnati, co-captain Nick Van Exel. Trainer for the Lakers,
Dale Harris, the head coach of the Lakers, and let's take a look at the matchups for tonight's encounter. Scottie Pippen against Ceballos, Rodman and Campbell, Wennington and Divac, Harper and Jones, and Jordan and Van Exel. And let's check in right now with our colleague Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Verne. Well, being a native here, I can honestly say that this city is absolutely rejuvenated. Now, you have to understand that Los Angeles, over the past 4 years, hasn't had a whole lot to smile about. From the Rodney King incident to losing 2 NFL franchises and falling to O.J. Simpson trial. However, since the announcement of his return, a lot of people feel with Irving Johnson back, so is the magic in Los Angeles. Verne, Danny?
All right, Cheryl. And words spoken from a young woman who grew up in this city and loves it dearly.
And I think she's rejuvenated.
Well, Dennis didn't change the color of his hair. I thought maybe we had a shot at that.
It's starting to grow out a little bit, though.
Lakers have won 4 in a row, 8 of their last 9. The Bulls have been extraterrestrial. They have won 18 in a row, 40-3. They are 18-3 on the road.
Cedric just threw me a pass, Verne. That's the first pass he threw me in 3 years I played with him.
It's the first pass he's thrown to anybody.
Actually, you know, the one thing about Magic coming back, Cedric Ceballos threw a couple passes the other night. We were sitting there watching the game. They were pretty special passes, and we said, it's contagious. If Cedric can pass, anybody can pass.
Paul Mihalak, Bill Spooner, and Joe Borgia are the officiating crew. Luke Longley is on the injured list, probably back after the All-Star game, so Bill Wennington gets his 3rd start of the season. He started last night in Sacramento and scored 14 points. And Tony Kukoc is not available for the Bulls tonight. So 2 key members of their lineup are not going to be available at all. Ron Harper has it now, picked up by Nick Van Exel. Rodman guarded by Elden Campbell. Here's Scottie Pippen for 3.
Scottie's been shooting incredible. You know, the Bulls are leading the NBA in three-point shooting, and Scottie's been the biggest beneficiary of that. He is shooting over 44% from the three-point line.
Divac in the post-up. Harper with the double. That leaves Eddie Jones open, and Jones cans one.
Well, we can see early in the game, the Lakers really want to take advantage of the inside game. And the Bulls know that, and so they're going to pull the ball out. Oh, my gosh. This crowd is incredible. They're really into this game already, Verne.
Los Angeles 3rd in the NBA in steals, and they get that one, and Eddie Jones has 5 points. Rodman gives it off to Pippen, who loses the ball. Chicago averaging 15 turnovers per game. Here's Eddie Jones, guarded by Ron Harper. They look inside for Elden Campbell. Nice giving it on. Jones
beautiful.
flashes.
That's the matchup they want to take advantage of. They don't think Wennington or Rodman can guard Elden Campbell. Elden Campbell had an excellent series last year against Dennis Rodman in San Antonio. Right here, a beautiful feed. Elden Campbell had 8 assists last game. A lot of that has to do with, I think, playing with Magic, and that it's contagious, that passing attitude.
Foul was on Wennington, his first, and Eddie Jones, who had only 6 points in the win against Golden State on Tuesday night, has every point for Los Angeles thus far in the game. Pippen looks inside. Here's Jordan, hasn't taken a shot yet. There's his first. Michael's been struggling from the floor in the last 2 games. Might have been with us on Tuesday night. He was 7 of 26 against Houston. Last night, Jordan was 7 of 16. He did score 27 in the win at Sacramento.
Verne, we can not expect to see that tonight. Michael's been waiting for this game. Like Magic said in the opening, he's a quiet assassin.
Elden Campbell has really picked up his game in the last dozen or so. Los Angeles perfect from the floor. Jordan. Eddie Jones, now Harper in the low post to Wennington. Cuts and kicks it, throws it away. Eddie Jones. 2-on-3. Jones. Ceballos. It's going to go the other way. Let's see if Jordan pulls up and takes the jumper. Yep. Saves it. Ron Harper. 9 9:35 to go opening quarter. In and out. Rodman tips it, got it. His first, he had 21 rebounds last night, equaling his season high. Here's Wennington. Putback from Rodman is good. He's got 2 rebounds and 2 points.
You know, I'm not so sure that Scottie didn't see Rodman wide open under the basket right there, but he couldn't make the feed to him. That might have been a pass off the backboard.
10-7 ball game, 9-13. Expect Magic Johnson to come in about the 7-minute mark. Divac on the line. Call made by Paul Mihalak. Second Los Angeles turnover, 3 for Chicago. And the Lakers up by 3. Pippen will stroll across the timeline. Alley-oop. Scottie Pippen wasn't quite there. That's 4 Chicago turnovers. Here's Ceballos. All the way. Offensive foul.
That's a good defensive play by Ron Harper, establishing position. He knows Cedric doesn't like to pass. He's read the scouting report. Cedric is one of the best in the league at finishing on the fast break.
Time has been called. Eddie Jones has propelled the Lakers to a lead.
Can what makes a car look good also make it safer? You'll find the answer in Dodge Stratus. Because along with dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and ultra-high-strength steel door beams, even the car's shape helps us add side impact protection. It's nice to know that all that is in here, because all this is out there. Dodge Stratus. It's full of answers.
Now get 1.9% financing, 500 cash savings, or a low lease rate.
It's the NBA All-Star Youth Celebration with Ahmad Rashad, Willow Bay, and Boys to Men. With Brandy, Will Smith, and All for One. Saturday, February 10th, 12 noon Eastern on TNT. The NBA is at your fingertips at NBA.com. You have the computer, you've accessed the internet, now log on to NBA.com for all you want to know about the NBA. 24 hours a day, you can check out game schedules, plus player stats and stories from around the league. That's any team, anytime. And NBA on the Air tells you where to tune in for all the action. NBA.com. Log on and get connected to the NBA.
Wednesday night doubleheader on TBS. First, Penny meets Grant Hill in an all-star matchup. Magic versus the Pistons. Then, Magic Johnson is back. Nets versus the Lakers. Wednesday night beginning at 8 Eastern on TBS.
Tony Kukoc in cities tonight. Sprained ankle happened last night.
That's a matchup the Lakers really feared. Tony Kukoc's quickness against Magic coming in off the bench at the 4 spot. They really feared being able to keep his penetration stopped. Well, Elden Campbell sees the double team. Ron Harper just turned his head. Eddie Jones is a great slasher, excellent outside shooter. It's very tough to defend both of those. And that's why they have to double team, because Elden, I would think, will have his day in the low post on Wennington.
Pippen, Rodman, Harper, Michael Jordan, and Wennington. As we said, Wennington with 14 points last night in his third start. This is his second start. This is his third. And there's his favorite shot.
That's their old triangle play. They set the guard pick on the center. Nobody switches out. Wennington shoots a wide open free throw.
And the Bulls cut it to 1, 10-9. Now Jordan has Van Exel. Off the dribble, Van Exel. Then off the glass.
Well, that's a mismatch on the perimeter. Van Exel's very quick off the dribble. Michael has a tough time defending the quicker point guards in the league.
Jordan with the miss. Vlade Divac has it. 3-on-3. Van Exel dishes left side. Ceballos. That's a 3.
Ceballos is only shooting 20%, Verne, from the three-point line. But he's one of those kind of guys, he thinks he can make the next one every time. He's got no conscience.
He was unconscious here on Tuesday night. 15 of 18 from the field. Here's Pippen with a finger roll short. Campbell with the rebound. 2-on-3. Van Exel, beautiful. Oh, that was nice.
Van Exel looks like he got hit in the thigh. He got kneed in the thigh. Good play by Van Exel. There's Ceballos. He's the best in the league at finishing on those fast breaks.
A 7-0 run now by the Lakers. Here's Ron Harper. Quickly around the perimeter. Pippen for three. Too strong. That's a nice tip by Rodman.
Yeah, and Divac had to rotate off of Rodman to go pick up Pippen, who was wide open at the three-point line.
6-point game now. Ceballos over Pippen. Nope. Rodman with a rebound. That's 4 rebounds for Rodman. Now Jordan. Rodman finds Harper. They look for Pippen, low post. 10 on the shot clock. Jordan saves it. Now 5 on the shot clock. Foul before the shot. Ceballos. Magic Johnson is entering the game. His wife, Cookie, among those who stayed seated.
Well, the referees had to inbound the ball, otherwise that could have gone on for 20 minutes.
Right. Here's Wennington. Got another one. Rattles around and falls through.
You notice they put Magic on Wennington. They don't think that Wennington's going to try to take advantage of Magic down the low post.
Campbell gets the long rebound, kicks it back outside to Van Exel. Magic has it. Elden Campbell. Whistle and a foul call on Bill Wennington, his second. And that's going to be serious for Chicago if he gets in trouble. The backup is 19-year veteran James Edwards.
And James Edwards can score offensively, but I don't know how many minutes he'll be able to play effectively. He hasn't played a lot this season. Just came off the injured list last game and played very limited minutes in.
Played 5 minutes last night. He was 3 of 3. There's James Edwards. Elden Campbell at the free throw line.
James Edwards can still score, Verne. I'm sure we're going to see a little bit of him tonight, and they'll go to him in the low post.
Back to a 6-point game. Pippen brings it across the timeline. 18-game winning streak. Here's Jordan. Fadeaway jumper. Got it.
Oh, what an incredible shot. Right there, Elden Campbell, a good shot blocker, was right in Michael's face as he faded away on the baseline.
Jordan has 4. Campbell. Wennington can't get his third foul. Has to give way, and Campbell has it.
Chicago's going to have to come down and double up. That's the matchup LA is going to exploit the whole game if they allow it.
5.5 to go opening quarter. And a foul called on George Lynch, who's on the floor. Take a look at Jordan in that shot you talked about.
You know, Verne, what Michael does as compared to what Magic does, Michael's takes so much more energy. Here he explodes to the basket, sees Campbell there, and just fades away from the 7-foot shot blocker. That's incredible.
Here's Jordan again. Pump fake. Wow!
And because he's hit his last 2 fadeaways, Eddie Jones has to respect it and gives up a dunk. That's why you have to live or die with Michael's fadeaway.
Now Jordan on Van Exel. See if Van Exel tries to take him off the dribble again. They're going to run a little 2-man play. Here's Magic in the low post. The point power forward. And something we never see in the league except when he's back in uniform.
Well, Magic has got to earn the respect. The Bulls are not going to double team him. They think Rodman can handle it, and they're going to make him make a few of those before they double team him and let him become the passer.
There's the fadeaway again. In and out into the hands of Van Exel. From the corner. Air ball. Rodman with a rebound. Here comes Pippen running, but it's 1-on-4. Skip pass. Harper. Wennington with the rebound. Rodman calls for it, and the Bulls go to the half court.
Now we need to work on Magic's box-out drill right there. He let Wennington go right by him for that offensive board.
Here's Pippen. Yes. Well, you know, Magic this morning told us he's not in basketball shape at all.
He's not. You can tell he's not. He's breathing hard right now, even just a few times up and down the court. But plus, all the excitement and the emotion that's going into these first few games, I think once he gets over that, the game will come easier as well.
No double. They'll let Rodman take him. Or vice versa. Foul on Rodman. Magic said he's played him many times.
And these guys played in the finals for 2 straight years in the late 80s. Right there, they need to stop that. They can't allow Dennis to do that. That's where fights break out with more frustration. Fortunately, Magic's a classy guy, and he's not going to start that stuff.
Anthony Peeler has come on the floor now, number 1 for the Lakers. So it's Peeler and Johnson, Van Exel, Campbell, and Eddie Jones. Again, no double. Now the double comes late from Harper. And the Lakers throw it away.
I think what the Lakers need to do when Magic's not being doubled is they still need to have movement on the perimeter. They're just standing and watching, hoping Magic gets doubled. But if he doesn't get doubled, they need to have slashes. Magic will find you.
Here's Pippen. Well, he could have pitched a tent in that three-point in the lane.
Well, Scotty, when he's hitting those threes and scoring on the inside, that's what people are saying he's an MVP candidate. He's doing it all tonight so far.
Peeler at the other end. 3-point game once more. A steal. Eddie Jones. Oh, what a play. Anthony Peeler takes the jumper short. Johnson with a rebound. Loses it. Loose ball. Harper dives out of bounds. Lakers have it.
That was a good play by Magic. Magic is the one who stripped the ball out of Pippen's hands. Eddie Jones came up with it, made a spectacular play.
To the designers of the Dodge Stratus, performance isn't just how a car handles, but what it handles. So along with a rigid frame and modified double wishbone suspension for control, they also developed the biggest trunk in its class. So Stratus isn't just a great driver's car, it's a great packer's car. Dodge Stratus. It's full of answers. Now get 1.9% financing, 500 cash savings, or a low lease.
This film is a riveting portrait of adolescent angst. I liken it to the Greek tragedies. I feel their pain. Incredible depth.
As if.
Freud would have had a field day.
See Clueless. Pull up a chair because TCI is bringing it home on pay-per-view. It's Clueless, now on pay-per-view.
This is more like it. Soon I'll be far away from anyone who's ever even heard of 10 cents a minute from Sprint.
10 cents a minute?
1 thin dime.
A dime a minute is a wonderful deal.
And it's good forever.
It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. To think. After all my work, I'll be remembered as the dime lady. But I'm not going to think about that. That's why I'm taking this little trip to Hawaii.
Call now to get 10 cents a minute across the U.S. and now even to Canada.
This program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
.253 to go first quarter. Let's go back, Danny, and take a look at the Lakers on offense.
Well, they're going to post up this Bill Wennington. He's got 2 fouls, and right here, everyone's staying at home with their man. Right here, there's no weak side help. It's just going to allow Wennington and Campbell to play one-on-one in the low post. Wennington's got 2 fouls, and Campbell's going to have a field day if they don't double down. And Verne, this sky hook by Magic, he beat us in the finals in '87 with that same shot. That's a lost art in basketball today.
Denzel Washington among those who is in attendance tonight. Van Exel, Johnson. Vlade Divac is back on the floor now for Elden Campbell, Anthony Peeler, and Jones. Here's Magic Johnson. Rodman has him. There's the jump hook. Nope, too strong. Rodman with another rebound. He's got 6.
Good move by Magic.
Bulls have not led Yet they trail by as many as 8. It's a 3-point deficit right now. There's Rodman. Pippen with the entry pass to James Edwards, who can score, as you said.
That guy can do that shot. He can fade left, he can fade right, he can draw the fouls. He knows how to score. I just don't know how much he's got in those 39-year-old legs. I've been teasing him about it all week.
2:03 to go, first quarter, 25-24. Here's Johnson, kicks it back outside to Van Exel. Now Peeler guarded by Harper. Jumper is short, rebound Peeler. Misses again, Rodman with his 7th rebound. And Chicago has a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight. Pippen calls for it in the low post. Chicago leads.
Well, Pippen, that's a tough mismatch for Eddie Johnson. He's a couple inches shorter than Pippen. Pippen is on a roll right now. He's very hot. They need to find some ways to shut him down or double team him, make him give the ball up.
Pippen, the first bull in double figures. Here's Divac taking a lesson from Magic Johnson, but he misses as well. A 9-2 Chicago run fueled by Scottie Pippen's 10 points in all. Harper looks for James Edwards. Peeler over his back. There's the slasher. Rodman with the putback. Nope. Here come the Lakers running, which they wanted to do tonight. Van Exel. Jones travels. Eddie Jones with the turnover. We've got less than a minute remaining before a sellout crowd at the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California. First time Michael and Magic have been on the same floor since June 12, 1991. On that night, Magic Johnson had a triple-double, 20 assists. Michael Jordan had 32 points. The Bulls won it 108-102, and they won the NBA championship, their first of 3 in a row. Anthony Peeler with the foul.
Well, Scottie Pippen's off to a hot start here in the first quarter with 10 points. Del Harris countered by bringing Corie Blount, a little bigger body than Eddie Jones and Cedric Ceballos, try to cool him down.
And Steve Kerr comes on the floor now for the Chicago Bulls. Kerr with 14 points last night to go with 17 he had on Tuesday night in the win over Houston.
He's really been shooting the ball well from the three-point line.
Jordan. Michael has 8. And the Bulls are up by 3. And Jordan settles in defensively against Anthony Peeler and gets the steal. He's 4th in the league in steals among everything else he's doing. Corie Blount. Well, the Bulls are just going to take their time, and they'll begin the play with 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. Double. That's not going to go. Shot clock violation.
Well, booted that time. It takes him a long time to shoot that fadeaway shot. Just took him a little too long. It was a good executed play. And you know he's going to make that shot.
Divac will inbound. Ultimately. And James Edwards will defend it. Van Exel.
You know, you gotta love guys that shoot that. There's so many guys in the league that don't even try that because they're afraid of ruining their field goal percentage. But if you want to win, you gotta shoot those. A lot of guys make these. I've seen hundreds of these shots made throughout my career. That's beautiful.
Bombs away. We've reached the end of 1. Aren't you glad you decided to stay up?
Come to Georgetown, you'll be a big man on campus.
At Indiana, you'll be on national TV.
You get a great education.
A college degree.
And all the crunchy tacos you can eat.
Soft tacos.
Crunchy.
Soft.
Crunchy.
Soft.
Another double-decker taco, son?
Thanks, Coach.
Coach.
Now try the bacon double-decker tacos from Taco Bell. 2 new ways to bring soft and crunchy together for one big sizzling taste.
A little something for the road, boys?
History teaches
Primordial perspiration shouldn't mess with one's style. Consider this powerful discovery. Right Guard Pure Power Clear Gel. An astoundingly clear gel. Thus, it goes on clear without any flaky white stuff, protecting one powerfully. For when it comes to protection, one shouldn't mess around. Right Guard Clear Gel. Anything less would be uncivilized.
He's rude. He's crude. He's golf's newest bad boy. Adam Sandler is
doing the bullpens, feeling the flow.
Happy Gilmore.
Super.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 16th.
History teaches primordial perspiration shouldn't mess with one's style. Thus, Right Guard Pure Power Clear Gel. It's clear without flaky white stuff. Right Guard Clear Gel. Anything less would be uncivilized.
When one is contemplating the desires of mobility, it is important to focus on the invitation of power, comfort, style, safety, and fun. How many doors must one pass through to experience one's contemplations? Only two. The Dodge Neon Coupe.
Ready for the second quarter, the Great Western Forum. Van Exel's three-point shot from midcourt tied it up at 28-all. Verne, Lundquist, Danny Ainge, and Cheryl Miller. Michael and Magic meeting for the 13th time in a regular season game. And Danny, their statistics are reflective of really their career averages.
Well, they're different kinds of players, so you really can't compare their statistics. The key is they're 6-6. But I asked Magic about this comparison. He says, hey, Michael's ahead 4-1 on me in the playoffs with a championship. That's all that matters.
1991. Here's Magic, guarded by Rodman. And a foul away from the ball.
Well, we're going to see, Verne, right here they've decided to go with Jud Buechler off the bench instead of Tony Kukoc. Gone with a smaller lineup, and Judd's going to try to handle Ceballos.
And Buechler picks up the foul, first of the quarter. Rodman with 9 already. Lakers not a strong rebounding team. They've been out-rebounded on a per-game basis by about 3. Here's Divac. Fights with James Edwards. Hook is a little too strong, and Rodman's in double digits with rebounds.
Well,
He's got 10.
He loves playing in L.A. He talked all year last year about being a free agent at the end of this year and playing for the Lakers and starting his movie career.
Well, he's got a heck of a time to audition. Here's Buechler to Kerr, a couple of Arizona grads. Nice pass. The tip is up and good from Rodman.
Oh, he's having a great game. Someone's got to keep him off the boards. But Pippen is drawing so much attention that they have to leave him to help out, and Rodman's getting every tip in.
Points from Dennis are a bonus. He's got 6 so far to go with his 10 rebounds. Here's Magic Johnson. Pippen makes a wave at a double team. 7 on the shot clock. Left-handed jump hook. Got it.
Well, Magic is determined to earn the respect. He wants all the NBA teams watching him. You guys got to double me, because he'd rather pass in that situation than have to score. So Chicago's playing good, and that's a good strategy against Magic.
Pippen. Well.
He's too good, Verne.
Bulls up by 3 again. Magic Johnson backs in, rejected by Pippen. Peeler saves it. From the corner, Ceballos. Yes!
The guys are rising to the occasion for this game. What an excellent block by Scottie Pippen. Unfortunately, it went right into the hands of Ceballos. Again, only shooting 20%. Knocks down 2 in a row.
Lakers are 4 of 4 on three-point shots so far in the game, including that rainbow from Van Exel that ended the quarter. Buechler. Here's James Edwards. There's the fadeaway. Got it again.
Boy, that's not bad defense by the Lakers. There's not a lot you can do when a 7-footer shooting fadeaways.
Johnson with the elbow. Foul on James Edwards. Let's go back and take a look at Magic.
Well, they're going to live or die with this. Rodman's just trying to body him as much as he can. Magic execute, hits the good shot. He tries to do the same thing, coming with his right hand, and he gets by Rodman, but Ceballos had brought Pippen under the baseline, enabled him to block that shot.
Kerr has Sedale Threatt, who's on the floor now. And there's Anthony Peeler. James Edwards with the rebound. Chicago will run. Here's Pippen. 15 points and a steal from Kerr. Buechler. Rodman. Are they any good?
Yeah, that's good defense. That was a horrible pass by Magic, taking the ball out of bounds and throwing it without looking up here. That's not like Magic, and he knows it.
Lakers call timeout. Scottie Pippen has fueled a 6-point Chicago lead. Dennis Rodman's had a part too. If you want to run with the Bulls, you don't have to go to Pamplona. You could be here at the Great Western Forum. Magic Johnson talked about tempo that he'd like to have in this game.
Chicago really only runs when you get to shooting them jumpers, and then they kill you. See, that's when they kill you. If we come out here running, and we just taking shots, they're going to kill us. They're going to blow us out. But if we come run, but run with caution. Best example, Celtics. Run, but they ran with caution. If it was there, they took the layup. If it wasn't there, they pulled it out. And that's what we have to do. If the layup is there or a quality shot is there, take it. But you just coming down firing just to be firing, you can't do that against them.
Well, you know, when I played with the Celtics, I always thought a good wide-open three-pointer was just like a layup. So we let them fly whenever we came running on the break. But Magic is saying you run when you have an advantage. When you don't have an advantage, you execute your offense.
Check the lineups now. Sedale Threatt, Campbell, Eddie Jones, Divac, and Ceballos on the floor for the Lakers. Dickey Simpkins has come on the floor for the Chicago Bulls, and there's another Laker turnover. So it's Simpkins and Kerr, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, and James Edwards on the floor for Chicago.
Well, the Lakers need to get Vlade Divac involved in the offense. He's had a few opportunities and hasn't made them pay. He needs to make them pay.
Edwards got another one.
They might...
The lead is 8. Sedale Threatt. His minutes have decreased in the last dozen games or so, and he's only averaging 5.5 points over that period of time. 8:25 to go before halftime. The Bulls are 6 of 8 in the second period now after that miss. Here's Sedale Threatt.
And that ball bounced to the ground. They did a good job of boxing out, but then again, they didn't have Dennis Rodman in there to box out.
And Magic gets a rest now as well. Back it goes to Threatt, or Ceballos.
3 in a row, Verne.
11 points for Cedric Ceballos. The lead is 5, 41-36. Lakers at 25 and 18. They've won 8 of their last 9. Their last defeat was at home against Cleveland on the 20th. Here's the turnaround. That one would have counted. Chased down by Sedale Threatt. .7:25 to go. First half of play. Campbell backs in and jump hook too strong. Pippen with a rebound. That's his first rebound tonight. Pulls up and takes the 3. Jordan.
That's spectacular. Scottie Pippen finally misses a shot. There's another offensive rebound. The Bulls are killing the Lakers on the offensive board and second chance points so far in this game.
Remember last Tuesday night against Houston? Same thing. There's Pippen with a near steal. And it's going to be off Divac. Jud Buechler comes back on the floor, and they're going to give Scottie Pippen a rest. San Antonio wins tonight, and Cleveland in the game you saw earlier tonight.
Another great player making his comeback tonight, Danny Manning for Phoenix.
Right. Well, you and I get to continue the Chicago victory tour in Phoenix next Tuesday night. It's been like a coronation for them on the road this year.
I'm telling you, Verne, it's the Beatles.
Listen, with all that's going on here tonight, if Elvis is not here, Lisa Marie's got to be. Here's Jones.
Elvis is here. He's wearing number 23 in red right there.
Right. Vancouver leading New Jersey and Golden State over Toronto, the two expansion teams in action tonight. Simpkins back out to Kerr. Jordan is being shadowed by Eddie Jones. For a pass. And the foul.
Well, that's a patented Michael move. He starts backing his man down. He sees the double coming from the top. He spins away from the double team. Right here, he knows the double team. Ceballos is coming over. He wants the shot. Campbell, it takes 3 guys to defend him. That was a pretty good shot block right there by Campbell.
Foul is called on Campbell. Magic Johnson back off the bench. 10 minutes thus far in the first half. And Simpkins, who's a 60% free throw shooter, gives you an example of why.
Well, the Lakers need to make a run right here and get back in this game with Scottie Pippen taking a rest. He is going to kill her for them tonight.
An over for Simpkins. And here comes Nick Van Exel. He's joined now by Magic Johnson, Campbell, Ceballos, and Jones. So the starting 5, with the exception of Johnson, on the floor now. Well, Divac is getting the rest. He was one of the starters. There's Campbell. Knocked away by James Edwards. Kerr has it. Buechler, touch pass. Dickey Simpkins. Jordan guarded by Eddie Jones, right corner. No. Offensive board again, Danny.
They're not boxing out. That wasn't a bad bounce. The Magic should have had that ball. He needs to put a body on Simpkins. He can't jump like he used to jump.
9 offensive rebounds for Chicago. Buechler in the corner. 5 on the shot clock. Simpkins to Jordan. Taken away by Ceballos. Here's Van Exel. Kerr had position, and there's a no call. Are you kidding me?
Well, that was good defense by Kerr.
At the other end, Michael Jordan has 12 points.
But Michael just goes through the whole defense right here. Magic and Campbell back away. They got to contest that. They got to either put him on the free throw line or contest it. He goes through all 3 guys right there. Campbell looks like he jumps away from him.
Scottie Pippen got a brief rest. He's going to come back on for Buechler. Bill Wennington, who picked up 2 quick fouls, is also going to re-enter the game.
Well, James Edwards is getting tired, but he did an excellent job. Divac and Campbell have yet to score on him in the low post, and he was able to get 6 points at the other end.
Again, if you did join us late, Luke Longley is on the injured list. And Tony Kukoc unavailable to play tonight because of the sprained knee. Johnson puts it. Looked like the shot at the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, that was the part of the game he wasn't satisfied with in the first game. He said he needed me to come back, Verne, to shoot those threes for him, but I've seen Magic shoot those threes, and he can really nail them when he gets hot.
Listen, he gave you a shot 2 hours before the game, and you blew it.
I know it. Hey, I'm not ready yet, Verne. I told him I need to wait until May to come back.
Van Exel. Johnson. Van Exel pulls up and takes it off the mark. Rodman is battling for the rebound and gets it. 12 rebounds for Rodman. We've still got 2 to go before halftime. Campbell has this ball. Lakers love to run. Ceballos loves to shoot. Rodman loves to rebound.
He's been on the court for 20 seconds and got 2 more rebounds.
Boy, he's got to consider this a perfect world tonight.
Well, right now, the Lakers just aren't as executing as well on the fast break as the Chicago Bulls are.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Chrysler Corporation and its divisions, and by Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
I really don't like soft drinks with fruity names. I like roller coaster rides that make my brain sweat. I find reasons to go a different way. My family and I enjoy life to the utmost. So if you want to experience my joy, don't ride with me. Buy your own.
about breaking rules and making new rules. About building machines more in harmony with humanity. It's about questioning everything. It's about change. The new Dodge.
3:47 to go, first half of play. Bulls up by 6. Let's see what Cheryl Miller's up to.
Thanks a lot, Verne and Danny. Well, with me is Sinbad, who really doesn't need any introduction, comedian and actor extraordinaire. And you watch, you watched Magic before he retired, and you're seeing the bigger version of Urban. What do you think about his play so far?
No, I'm telling you something. The brother's bad no matter what. It's amazing that somebody can come back after 5 years and not playing pro basketball and come back and play as well. He did the first game and be able to run with these guys, man. It's cool watching it, man.
Now, how huge are these tickets on? You're looking around. We're both looking around and noticing how crowded it is. And just
I had to go through a ticket agency to get these tickets. I could have bought a house. and I probably parked off, pissed off about 5, 6, 7 people because I blocked them in with my van. So if the black van's mine, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All righty. Well, we're going to take you right back to... Hey, Verne, take it away.
Okay, Cheryl, that'll only cost Sinbad $85 to get it out of the pound. Here's Johnson, Ceballos for 3. Rodman, my gracious, 14 rebounds.
He's having a fun time out there, Verne. There's a lot of rebounds to be had right now. A lot of perimeter shots by the Lakers.
Rodman also has chipped in with 8 points, equaling his season high. No, beg your pardon, he had 12 earlier. Here's Jordan. Another offensive board for the Bulls. Scottie Pippen, that's 10 offensive rebounds. And we've still got 2:50 to go in the first half. Double comes from Van Exel. And they're going to call the offensive foul on Michael.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good call by the official. Michael has a tendency to do that on occasion. Usually gets away with it. Good defense by Eddie Jones right there. But the reason Pippen got that offensive rebound was because it took 2 guys to try to box out Rodman.
Lead is at 8. The largest Los Angeles lead was also at 8. That was 17-9. And Pippen and Rodman kind of took things over. Here's Magic Johnson. This time Wennington does come to help. That leaves Eddie Jones as the open man, and it leaves Rodman with his 15th rebound. 1-5. Well, he passes on the shot. I thought he might take it. Wennington bounce pass. Jordan. Loose ball. Campbell. Jump ball. Campbell and Pippen.
Verne, Rodman's not going to take that shot. He wants the rebounds.
You're right.
He's on a pace to get 50 tonight.
15 already.
He knows he has a lot of rebounds as well. He's not going to get involved in the rotations, and he's not going to shoot any on the perimeter. He's going straight to the boards tonight.
Eddie Jones will sit down, and Anthony Peeler comes on. 2:12 to go before halftime. That one's going to be off Ceballos, so Chicago will control it. (47-39). Kerr. Pippen has 17 so far. Wennington. Put a patent on it.
Well, they double-team Scottie, and that's a layup for Wennington. That's the best part of his game. That's how he stayed in the league, shooting that 15-foot jumper. You can't concede that. Someone has to rotate out of the double team to stop Wennington.
First double-digit lead of the night. It belongs to the Bulls. A 16-6 Chicago run. Campbell goes to his right and takes the left-handed shot, and Michael Jordan brings it down. Here's the pass to Pippen. Back to Kerr. And he takes the jumper, got it. That's for 2.
And that's why Kerr's in the league. Like Wennington, they can shoot those outside shots. Kerr has been very patient. He's been on the court the entire second quarter. That's the first shot he's attempted because that's the first time he's been open.
Congratulatory arm around from Scottie Pippen, a 22nd timeout call by the Lakers. Well, I'll give you an idea of how significant this game is perceived to be here in Los Angeles. Chick Hearn is tonight broadcasting his 2,828th consecutive game as a broadcaster for the Los Angeles Lakers. 28-28. There's Chick right above the C. 2,828. He said, was quoted in the paper this morning in the Los Angeles Times as saying this is the most significant regular season game he can remember in Laker history.
Verne, I can't remember any other significant game other than Abdul-Jabbar, Lou Alcindor at the time against Elvin Hayes back in 1967 in the Astrodome, wasn't it?
It was in the Astrodome and attracted a crowd of 50,000. And it was one of the first nationally televised basketball games that was not in the NCAA tournament back then. Coming up on the Reebok halftime report, Magic's good friend Reggie Theus is back with Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studio. Wennington gets his third foul. I congratulated Bill tonight on him being the stellar attraction and getting these stars out here. I may have to take that back. James Edwards is going to amble on for Bill Wennington.
Well, this doesn't hurt him too bad. James Edwards had an excellent first half so far, scoring the low post, playing good post defense. Campbell and Divac, they need some scoring out of them. That's where they thought they had the advantage going into this game, and they haven't produced yet.
Divac zipped tonight. Pippen overplays him. There's Divac, the double from Jordan. That leaves Peter open. And that's going to be Chicago ball.
Well, now we just said Divac hasn't produced, but he did his job right there. He was very patient, got the ball in the low post. The double team came because Pippen was defending him. They had a mismatch. Anthony Peeler needs to knock those down and make them pay.
Lakers got off to such a wonderful start in the game. They hit 9 of their first 11 field goals. They're 4 of 16 in the second quarter. So they've gone chilly. Might as well be in Omaha.
Boy, Peter got beat baseline bad that time by Michael. Michael was getting the pick and roll set for him. Peeler took his eye off of Michael. When you're defending Michael Jordan, or Elvis as we call him, you can't take your eye off him. He's looking for the pick. Michael beats him baseline.
Not in the bonus yet. 39 seconds remaining in the half. Pippen for 3.
You know, the game, this is too easy for these guys right now, Verne.
20 first half points for Scottie Pippen. 15 first half rebounds for Dennis Rodman. Michael Jordan has been an acolyte so far in the first half. Divac gets his first of the night.
Well, they're going to play for the last shot. Magic is guarding Scottie. Scottie's going to try to take Magic off the dribble. Try to beat him, penetrate, and hit Kerr or Michael for an open shot.
Here comes the trap with Divac. 3 to go. Rodman kicked out. 4/10 of a second remaining.
Good defense by the Lakers right there. They left Dennis Rodman open at 15 feet that time. Tried to make Dennis make a play instead of Scottie.
Rodman will inbound. 22nd timeout. Called by Phil Jackson and the Chicago Bulls.
Well, Verne, with 4/10 of a second, you barely have time to get off a shot. It takes 3/10 to get off a regular shot, and that's very quickly. So they can get off a quick shot, a catch and shoot with 4/10 of a second.
Saw Jimmy Rogers, former Celtic coach, who's one of Jackson's assistants.
Had a lot of good years with Jimmy in Boston. Won a couple championships with him in '84 and '86. Was on K.C. Jones's staff and did a great job as an assistant coach there.
And Magic Johnson. There's Jimmy Rogers. Magic with 16 minutes in the first half. His son Matt was a heck of a college quarterback at Iowa.
Yes, he was. And we used to go watch him play at Walpole High School when I was with the Celtics. McHale and I would go over there and watch him play. I was trying to recruit him to be a BYU quarterback, though.
Rodman, oh, what a count it had it gone. But it was a very successful first half for the Chicago Bulls. They outscore the Lakers 26-13. Michael Jordan has 12 relatively quiet points. Magic Johnson finishes the first half with 7 points. The story in the first half, at least for Chicago, Rodman with 15 rebounds, Pippen with 20 points. All of that adds up to a 13-point Bull lead.
You got a wet spot? Let's go. Right here.
You missed the spot.
Thank you.
Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love.
It's the new Dodge Caravan. Redesigned for the 90s and beyond. Caravan is for the large stuff you love, the little stuff you love, the lifting and sliding stuff you love. Hey, America, join the Caravan of Love. We thought of everything.
Eddie George, Heisman Trophy winner, you got a big future ahead of you, kid.
Reggie White?
You're going to be asked to endorse products.
You should contact the people who make Tylenol. Neil Smith?
Extra strength, because you could be on intimate terms with Tylenol.
Ken Norton Jr.
From headaches to broken bones, doctors recommend Tylenol the most.
Oh, and Eddie, it's the pain reliever hospitals use most.
Hospitals?
Hospitals.
Before introduction, a Moen faucet is tested at least 500,000 times against leaks and drips. So it's hard to find a more reliable faucet, no matter how you look at it. Moen. Buy it for looks. Buy it for life.
This is my planet.
Yeah, yeah, I do believe. Yeah, yeah.
The Reebok Halftime Report is brought to you by Reebok. Come see how the game is played on Planet Reebok.
The eyes of the NBA on the Forum, and on this man, Michael Jordan, 12 points in the first half for the Chicago Bulls. And they're on this man, Magic Johnson, his second game back, going with the left hand over the worm in the paint, 2 of his 7 first-half points. But it's the Chicago Bulls with a 54-41 lead at the Great Western Forum over the Lakers. Ernie Johnson and Reggie Theus in Atlanta with the Reebok Halftime Report. As we surmised, it would not be as easy tonight for Magic Johnson as it was against Golden State the other night, not with the 40-3 Bulls in town.
Well, you know, Rodman said that he was going to go at Magic, and he's really gone at Magic. 15 boards and 8 points. That's a big night for him. The Lakers played inspired basketball, but the Bulls, they can go at you so many different ways. I mean, Jordan having a subpar first half for him, Scottie Pippen, 20 points.
Magic Johnson, nearly a triple-double in his first game out against Golden State the other night. 7 points, 1 rebound, no assists here.
Yeah.
Why has it been tougher for him to get in the flow tonight, Reg?
Well, it's a tougher opponent, first of all. And, you know, Magic is going to go through a period of time where he's going to have some problems. I think
having some on the boards tonight, too.
Well, you know, like I said, he's never been a guy who could really jump. And Rodman knows that he doesn't have NBA legs yet, so he's going at him, and he's going at him hard. Magic has been caught flat-footed quite a few times.
You still feel the Bulls are ripe for the picking tonight in this game?
I still feel it's possible. The Lakers are going to have to play some pretty good basketball.
Yeah, they are down big at halftime, 54-41. The Reebok Halftime Report will continue in just a moment. One thing we have seen tonight out of Magic Johnson, something we didn't see the other night, he connects from three-point land. We've seen this a lot in years past. This is his first tonight.
In the world of credit cards, the traffic is getting pretty heavy, and it's easy to get confused by all the complicated new card offers and restrictions. But people who know where they're going use one card, Discover Card, with the Cashback Bonus Award, the Smart Rate Program, and no annual fee. For a positive impact on your finances, use the Discover Card. It pays to discover, the card that pays you back. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
This here freight train. Heat Pablo. Me, I'm Motif. There's only one drink fat enough to quench our thirst, and that's Turbo Sport 7.
Cut! Genius! The can's upside down.
Don't talk to me like a child. I played Hamlet at Cambridge.
Once again, you've ruined my concentration.
Excuse me. What's my motivation?
When you're thirsty, trust your gut, not some actor.
That's it. I am going to my trailer.
You know, when you have something special, you don't just throw it away. Of course, years ago, we thought we could throw away anything. Just use it and trash it. Well, we're all a little smarter now. Instead of those one-shot batteries, I use renewal from Rarevac. Advanced alkaline power. You don't just trash them after one shot. You renew them, and they come back strong. They say the world throws out 20 billion batteries a year. We can do a lot better. Play it smart.
We're back to new.
Get ready to watch the Nestle Crunch Slam Dunk, featuring the best slam dunkers in the NBA. Saturday, February 10th, 7 p.m. Eastern on TNT. And play the Nestle Instant Win Rapper game. Look for this in-store display. Inside specially marked Nestle candy bars is a chance to win a trip to the '97 NBA Finals and thousands of other great prizes. The Nestle Crunch Slam Dunk. It's crunch time. February 10th, 7 Eastern on TNT.
The Bulls looking very much like a team that's won 17 in a row. 54-41 the lead at the Forum over Magic Johnson and the Los Angeles Lakers. En route to posting the third best record in the NBA, Orlando's beaten everybody in the East at least once, except for the Atlanta Hawks, who beat the Magic without Shaq by 33 and by a dozen with the big guy in there. Both of those games were in Atlanta. Tonight, though, we are arena-bound. Lenny Wilkins meeting up with Brian Hill and Brian Shaw going up top to the big guy, Shaquille O'Neal. Atlanta's got an answer. Mookie to Stacey Augmon. Nice catch lefty and throws it down. Now we go late in the half. And here's a sweet feed by Penny. You cannot blow that layup. Nick Anderson, he does get the roll. 51-38 is the Orlando lead at the half. Stacey Augmon led Atlanta with 21, trying to keep them close in the third period. He slices and dices and makes hundreds of julienne fries in seconds. Shaq not wearing the protective pad on the hand tonight. And he goes big time, 81-62, and on a feed from Dennis Scott, the big guy again right through the paint. It's 99-80. The finishing touch from Penny Hardaway. Magic with a 21-point lead. They cruise home to win it 108-95. Shaq, 25 points and 16 boards. He's only hit 9 out of 33 free throws in his last 3 games. But you talk about cold. Mookie Blaylock, 2 out of 14 from the field tonight. 6 out of 37 in his last 3 games. That is 16%. The Hawks have lost 3 in a row after winning 10 in a row. Boston and Indiana at Market Square, and the Pacers just keep on rolling at home. That is 16 straight as they hand the Celtics a 116-108 loss. Rick Smits, the Dutch boy in the paint, knocking down 31 for Indiana. Portland and Washington playing at U.S. Air tonight, and the rookie, Juwan Howard, the all-star reserve, not the rookie, but a second-year guy. He's got 26 tonight. Murison, 21 and 16, 10th double-double in the last 14 games. 22 wins for the Bullets now. They had 21 all of last year. Phoenix and Cleveland, this was game 1 of our TNT doubleheader, and it was no contest. All the Cavalier starters hit double figures. They beat Phoenix 107-85. Chris Mills led them with 23, and Danny Ferry had 22. Minnesota and San Antonio, that is 14 straight losses in San Antonio for Minnesota. David Robinson, 21 points, 10 boards, 8 blocks to 101-90 win for the Spurs. And Chicago and the Lakers is the game you're watching right now on TNT. In the first half, Michael going right between Magic and Elden Campbell for a couple. Bulls leading big.
Time for a new cobalt blue bench-style front seat cover for your '78 Mercury Zephyr? Try to find that puppy at your everyday auto parts store. Welcome to Pep Boys, one of the biggest parts stores ever, with thousands more parts and accessories for more cars. More seat covers, floor mats, additives, and things smaller stores just can't fit. And, of course, more name brand parts with lifetime warranties and a low price guarantee. Come to Pep Boys and drive away happy.
On February 10th, some of the best rookies ever to play in the NBA will gather in San Antonio to go head-to-head for the first and only time. It's not just a game. It's the Schick Rookie Game. The Schick Rookie Game, February 10th at 7 Eastern on TNT.
Hey, you okay? It's 3 o'clock.
I can't believe this heartburn. You and your Let's Go Mexican tonight.
You didn't take the Pepsid AC before you ate, did you?
Pepsid AC?
Yeah. Could have stopped your heartburn before it even started.
Oh, so I could actually be sleeping right now.
We could be sleeping.
We.
Take one now, it controls acid all night long.
Oh, all night?
Mm-hmm. Water?
You're so good to me.
You can sleep heartburn-free with Pepsid AC.
We got ourselves a broken arrow. That's what we call it when we lose a nuclear weapon.
On February 9th,
Over here!
bad will be measured.
The nukes are gone.
In megatons.
Ah!
Travolta, Slater, Broken Arrow.
Damn, what a rush!
Rated R. Starts Friday, February 9th.
Welcome back to the Reebok Halftime Report. I tell you what, it's been a long time since the Clippers won a game at Utah. In fact, they were still playing at the Salt Palace when that happened. They are winless at the Delta Center and remain that way tonight, 122-113. Not only did Stockton have 31 points, the mailman had a triple-double. 27 points, 15 boards, 10 assists, the first career triple-double for Karl Malone. They've won 4 in a row, and the Clippers have lost 4 in a row. The New Jersey Nets and the Vancouver Grizzlies, they're in the third period. It's a 10-point New Jersey lead over the Grizz. This is the first time these teams have ever met. It's an emotional night. Toronto and Golden State, they have reached the half, and it's the Warriors, the first victim of Magic Johnson in his return, 64-53 as they lead the Raptors. Reggie, Theus, let's, inside the NBA. Almost forgot. That's coming up. That's why you're here, in fact. After the game, we'll take a look at everything in the NBA on Inside the NBA. How about the second half of this game now? Del Harris's guys down 54-41. What's he telling them at halftime?
Well, first of all, I think he's telling them that they have to keep, should have been all-star Dennis Rodman off the boards because he's been killing them. The main thing is they have to keep touch with the game because in the fourth quarter, they got to give themselves a chance to win. Credit the Chicago Bulls. A very emotional night at the Great Western Forum. A veteran team. You're kind of just saying, hey, we're not going to get caught up in this stuff. We're going to go to work. It's another day at the office, man. What can you say? I think that the Bulls have weathered a very nice storm, but I know Phil Jackson is concerned with one thing, keeping the crowd out of it and don't let the Lakers start playing any type of inspired basketball. You look ahead to Magic Johnson's road this weekend. He's got Karl Malone and the Utah Jazz on Sunday. Is that the first real test for him, or do you consider the Rodman thing here? I think that the Rodman thing has been a great test because Magic has got caught flat-footed several times playing against Rodman, but going against a guy who's going to take you down low and be offensive-minded every single time down court, now that's a test. That's what Magic has to look forward to Sunday night when Utah visits the Great Western Forum. Dennis Rodman, by the way, 15 rebounds in the first half. In 28 of his 32 games, he's got double-digit boards. Scary. Bulls on top. Third quarter coming up.
The Reebok Halftime Report has been brought to you by Reebok. Come see how the game is played on Planet Reebok.
Master, for freeing me, I shall grant thee 3 wishes.
Okay, I want enormous wealth. Unbelievable. I want to be adored by women.
You have one final wish. Use it wisely.
Long life.
Still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going and...
10 minutes? Perfect. I'll see you then. Ah, the bubbly. Thank you, buddy. Your door's up.
No.
9 minutes. Close. Yes. I got a date in 4.5 minutes.
You smiling?
Hey! Hello. Just a technical problem.
Barry, what's going on in there?
The American Express card. Don't.
Car troubles? Visit Autolab Diagnostic and Tune-Up Centers. Autolab's diagnostic computers talk to your car and pinpoint any problems. Then their ASE certified technicians make the necessary repairs. From full engine rebuilds to a simple oil change, it's no problem at Autolab. And if that's not enough, all repairs include a written warranty. No other tune-up centers offer that. Friendly service and qualified technicians make Autolab the best choice. Autolab, 2 locations, 5620 Stadium Drive in Kalamazoo or 145 West Columbia Avenue in Battle Creek.
Sure, you see doctors and lawyers on those other networks, but at USA, we've got a duck and a pig.
Not that it doesn't have a certain entertainment value.
Heart-wrenching performances, riveting scenes.
Bend over, grab the desk, and grit your teeth.
Talk about your subplots.
But I don't want someone else's gland in my body.
So if you want doctors, watch the other guys.
What the hell are you staring at?
But if you want quacks, watch Duckman. Hey, it's TV, not brain surgery. Saturday nights at 10, 9 Central on USA.
Back at the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California, ready for the start of the third quarter. Chicago outscores the Lakers, who got only 13 points in the second quarter. They find themselves down by 13. Let's check in with Cheryl Miller.
Coach Harris, the first half, it has to be Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman on the board.
Yeah, well, they've been tremendous. And on our end, we haven't converted our fast breaks. We've had 14 tries and only cashed in 4 times. And then our big people have got to be much more aggressive to take the ball right to the basket. We have to have a little better movement on our offense. We're doing a little bit standing around for a team that's not trapping us. So hopefully we can make those corrections.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half. Thank you very much.
All right, Del Harris's team down by 13. What corrections do you see they need to make?
Well, Verne, Harris said it right there. They expected their big guys to dominate Chicago's big guys. And right now they're being outscored by Bill Wennington and James Edwards, 12-8, Divac and Campbell. And Dennis Rodman is killing them. Right now, they've only missed 15 shots, 18 shots on the night, Chicago has, and they got 10 of them back. So LA only has 8 defensive rebounds right now, and that's what's killing them so far in the first half.
So we find ourselves at 54-41. Magic Johnson, a left-handed little baby hook.
Well, that's his patented shot. He wants to get to the middle and shoot that hook shot. That's the best thing. And here's Michael in the transition, Verne. He just goes right through the defense. And this is what Harris is talking about, too. He needs his big guys to be aggressive, not only on offense, but on defense as well. You can't let Chicago finish at the basket. And here Scottie Pippen again draws so much attention, gives Van Exel just a little shove in the back, gets away with it, as he does usually. When you foul every time, sometimes you're going to get away with it.
Bulls hitting 58%. The Lakers have dropped off to 44% after a 5 of 17 second quarter. The rebounding edge is huge for Chicago, led by Rodman. And the turnovers, the Lakers with 12 and the Bulls with 11. Chicago 16 points off those turnovers. 54-41, Chicago trying to win its 41st of the season. Scottie Pippen leads the way thus far with 20. Michael Jordan has chipped in with 12 and Rodman with 8. And the leader for Los Angeles, Cedric Ceballos, has 11 points. Magic Johnson played 16 minutes in the first half, picked up 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field. And Eddie Jones compliments Ceballos with 8 points. Nick Van Exel, Ceballos, Divac, Campbell, and Eddie Jones on the floor as we start the third quarter. Takes this crowd a little while to sit down.
Yes, it does.
There's a lot of mingling that goes on here, have you noticed? And Pippen goes into some of the minglers. That's the photographer's row. Scottie makes sure they're okay, and he is as well. This may be the world capital of... Who is that? Michael Jordan? Pippen. It's deadly.
The game is easy when you're hitting those outside shots. Michael just penetrates. He sees the double team coming and just finds the open man. And Scottie's been making him pay all night.
Well, he came in hitting 44% from three-point range. He's a cool 5 of 6 tonight. At the other end, here's Rodman with another rebound. That's 17, beg pardon. Rodman may be going to the stratosphere tonight. His season high is 21. He's hit that a couple of times, most recently last night. Jordan, nice pass to Wennington. An equally nice block for Divac, but they call him for the foul.
Well, Michael just broke the defense down again. They're so concerned about trying to stop Michael. They're running 2 guys at him. Wennington was left open. Michael beats Eddie Jones. Campbell has to come over. Divac comes over. Pretty good block by Divac. Gets called for the foul.
Wennington, who is hitting 94%, though he hasn't been at the line all that many times this season. Hands the first. Bill, really a very good complementary player for the Chicago Bulls. Understands his role perfectly.
Well, even at St. John's, Verne, he was a good outside shooter, and he just brought that game with him, and he's just accepted his role, hits the open shots, plays good hard defense, uses his fouls, and has been a very important part of this Bulls team.
Pays his bills. Yeah, it helps. Here's Divac, guarded by Rodman. The double comes from Pippen. 5 on the shot clock. Van Exel off the dribble, dishes. Campbell, nice play.
Well, that's a good drive by Van Exel. They doubled down on Divac. He had to give the ball up instead of settling for the outside shot. He took it to the basket, penetrated against Chicago's defense. And I think that's where more teams have to do. I think that's where Chicago's vulnerable, because they don't have a shot blocker.
Jordan Here's Van Exel, goes by Jordan. And draws the foul. That's the second on Michael Jordan.
Well, the Lakers need Eddie Jones or Van Exel or somebody to really step it up. And those guys can get hot and carry the team, particularly Van Exel. He can get hot and carry this team. He's done it on many nights. And they need somebody to do that right now.
He did it in the playoffs, of course, last year, memorably against Seattle. Got off to a slow start this season, but has been playing very well of late. Here's Campbell. Got the pass underneath. Divac, no. Rodman with another rebound. 18. Wennington. Divac flies in his face. The shot is missed. And the Lakers try and get it. It'll be Chicago ball.
Michael got away with a push on Van Exel. Van Exel had position on him. Michael pulled him away. And that's why Van Exel's arguing. He got a technical foul on it.
Del Harris picks up the tee. Jordan takes the technical. And Pippen will inbound. Wennington. Got it. 61-43. This one is in danger of getting away from the Lakers. Van Exel by Jordan. Went in the air, didn't know quite where he wanted to go with it. Turnover. Chicago ball.
Well, we knew that this would be a big test for Golden State. This is different than Golden State. The Bulls, obviously, they're playing a lot of different defense. They've only scored 43 points in this game. They had 43 points in the first quarter last game.
Right, they had 72 at the half against Golden State. Rodman guarded by Campbell. Dennis may be going for a double-digit night of scoring the ball tonight. He has one triple-double this season, believe it or not. Everything is going my way. Right as so.
They just can't keep him off the boards. They're just too athletic, too active on the boards for the Lakers right now.
Timeout, L.A.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Isuzu, makers of incredible four-wheel drives, and by Domino's Ultimate Deep Dish Pizza.
Yes, there's a man with a
Freeze! Don't move!
It's his laundry, Lieutenant.
Holloway resident.
Lou Penny?
Hey, what's going on? How's the road trip?
It's all right. What's all that? Are you having a party in my house?
Pardon? I'm just sitting here reading the book. Hey, caught the game last night. Let me just put it this way. You're the best player in the NBA. I mean, those spin moves and the dunks. Oh, too vicious. I had to go outside and do some Tai Chi just to calm myself
Man, you
down.
are having a party. I swear. If you and your sloppy friends are messing up my house...
Oh, thanks, baby. Meet me by the pool.
Hello?
Hey, I can't talk now. I'm driving through a tunnel.
9:04 to go, third quarter. The Bulls up by 20. What makes them so good? Well, listen to Magic Johnson.
What makes them tough is this. They're the best passing team in basketball. They're the best defensive team in basketball. Okay? We got those two. Then their will to win is higher than everybody else's. And the last but not least, as you well know, and Danny, they know how to win. Okay? So when you set everything aside, man, best passing, best defense. And you already know what they got on offense. I don't need to tell you that Michael Jordan is the best player in the world. Scottie Pippen is the best all-around player in basketball. Then you got the best rebounder. Goodness gracious, what up? I mean, man, you know, they should be 39 and whatever. You know, I mean, these guys, though, what I see in their faces is that they want to win, and they know how to play their roles. It's like the great Celtic team when I played against Danny and Larry, you know, the Laker teams. That same thing, the eye of the tiger. We know we're good. We know we're the best.
And tonight, the Bulls are proving it. They're up by 20. That was a 24-second shot clock violation a moment ago against Los Angeles. Here's Jordan. Eddie Jones with a defensive job. Campbell comes in the double team, and that Wennington in the corner. He's got 11 points. Had 14 last night. Bill started the first game of the season when Luke Longley was sitting out a suspension, and then he's had back-to-back starts now the last 2 nights. Ceballos taken down hard.
Hey, that's the difference right now between the Bulls' attitude right now. Ceballos goes in for a dunk, and he has to go to the free throw line, get up off his back, and shoot 2 free throws. Michael Jordan goes in for a lay-in. He cruises on in and lays it in off the glass.
11-2 Chicago run in this quarter. They allowed the Lakers only 13 points in the second quarter. The former vice president of the Los Angeles. Oh, did he retain his title? I don't guess he did.
No, I don't think so. I think he's vice president of the team.
Right. And of course had to give his, didn't give it back. He sold his 5% of the team back.
I think he's vice coach, vice captain. Still star player of the team.
.7:52 to go, third quarter of play. Pippen, unstoppable tonight.
Yeah, and Scottie says when he gets it going, he is unstoppable. And that's good defense by Ceballos. You got to play Scottie for the drive first, and he's got it going from the outside tonight. And on those kind of nights, he can't be stopped.
27 points thus far for Scottie Pippen. Elden Campbell. Michael Jordan goaltending. Magic Johnson getting ready to come back on the floor. George Lynch also getting ready to come in for the Lakers.
Lakers are going to try to change things up here. They've gone to their half-court trap. Chicago's a very good passing team. They got a mismatch. They got Divac on Jordan.
Wennington from Jordan. Off the backboard, Rodman doesn't get the rebound. We're in the third quarter from the Great Western Forum. 7:05 remaining in the third quarter. Lynch and Magic Johnson come on the floor now for the LA Lakers. They were held to 13 points in the second quarter, tied at 28 at the end of one, but a 13-point halftime lead, and right now it's a 20-point lead for the Chicago Bulls, who come into the game 40-3. Van Exel gets 2.
Well, Van Exel got undercut on that shot, too. Wasn't very happy. Thought he should have gone to the line. And the officials might have given it to him had the ball not gone in.
Jordan pick and roll with Wennington. Scottie Pippen. And Van Exel clears it for the Lakers. Johnson thinks about the 3. Rodman comes out to contest it. Now Magic Johnson. That was Wennington doing the defensive work. Campbell gets the putback.
Well, that was a good play by Magic. He couldn't get to the offensive rebound. He intentionally tipped that ball to Elden Campbell for the easy dunk.
Jordan again. Crowd looking for a reason to get back into it. Lakers have scored 4 now. Pippen guarded by Lynch. Campbell, 3-on-1, Harper's back. Eddie Jones from Van Exel.
Beautiful play by Van Exel. They knew Harper was back, and he was going to try to foul whoever got there. Van Exel made a look away, made the easy feed to Eddie Jones for the dunk.
Get ready for the Landorus Man, tomorrow night at 9 on TNT.
Yes, there's a man with a
Freeze! Don't move!
It's his laundry, Lieutenant.
This ain't Hollywood, man. This is Homeywood.
Word up, man.
Police force is hiring brothers. The police!
Saturday, February 10th, Dr. Dre and Ed Lover are blowing up TNT.
Whoa! Like you bit a brick.
February's big premiere is Who's the Man?
Why you want to be the man anyway?
Dre and Lover are chilling at Turner's house in the first hip-hop whodunit.
You guys are the good guys, and you chase and arrest the bad guys.
I am not trying to be the man.
Suckers! Look at you looking like before and after.
Hold it! We're here to fight the forces of evil. World's coming to an end.
Dr. Dre, Ed Lover, and more rappers to the Candy Factory. Check it out. Saturday, February 10th, only on Turner Network Television.
8-0 run now by the Lakers. Let's take a look at the fast break.
Well, right here, Scottie Pippen drives in, and really, the defense isn't what does it. He loses control of the ball. Campbell gets the outlet pass out to Van Exel, and Ron Harper's back in no man's land, trying to defend three guys running at him. He wants to make the foul, but Van Exel makes him guard him just to the last second, and Eddie Jones is a great finisher with great athletic ability.
Nick Van Exel with 8 assists. We're back live now as Michael Jordan has it. Gets the pick from Wennington. That leaves him open. Back to Harper. Pippen fighting for position. Gets the pass. Foul called on George Lynch.
Well, that's the second time the Lakers have done that. They had Scottie would have caught the ball 25 feet away from the basket with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. You can't afford those kind of fouls.
Steve Kerr is going to check back in for Ron Harper now for Phil Jackson's Bulls.
Well, this just makes it more difficult to double. Right now, they're doubling Michael on the pick and rolls, rotating to Wennington. And with Steve Kerr out there, that's just another guy you can't lead.
Chicago has won 8 in a row on the road. Last defeat for them, day after Christmas in Indiana. Jordan gets 2 more.
And just because Steve Kerr was out there at the top of the key, Van Exel was not going to leave him. He was going to make Michael shoot that shot.
Lead is back to 16. Johnson guarded by Rodman. Magic Johnson has played 18 minutes tonight. He's got 7 points thus far. Lynch, no. Rodman, another rebound. 19. Van Exel picks up Kerr. And here's Jordan posting up. Van Exel backs away from Kerr, trying to help out. Yep. The double comes from Magic, and he's a little tardy getting there. Eddie Jones, 3-on-3. Van Exel, the jumper.
Well, Dennis isn't happy about that. He had perfect rebounding position, and Michael out-jumped him for the ball.
You were reading my mind. He tried to look like it was okay, but you can tell it wasn't. Wennington. No. Pippen. Oh, no. Highlight reel. Play it again, Sam.
It's been one of those nights for Scottie. He's throwing everything in the basket tonight. That was incredible.
My goodness. At the other end, here's Wennington with the rebound of Eddie Jones' missed shot. An absolutely blind shot by Scottie Pippen goes in.
Verne, those are just demoralizing. You play good defense, you're making a little run, and the guy throws in shots like that.
And then misses shots like that. Magic. All the way. No, short with a shot. Pippen with a rebound. Kerr calls for it. 2-on-2. Jordan. Over Campbell.
Well, I don't know what Elden Campbell was doing right there. He had to come out and defend Michael. He didn't guard anybody. He didn't guard the basket, and he didn't guard Michael. Let Michael shoot a wide-open 12-foot jump shot.
Jordan now has 17 to complement Pippen's 27. For three.
That's going to be tough. That's going to open the game up as this season goes along for Nick Van Exel. You can't double-team Van Exel and leave Magic wide open for threes.
Pippen. Oh, Scottie wants it. You can just tell. Jordan over the back foul on Eddie Jones. Well, let's take another look at Scottie Pippen. And that shot.
Well, it's good defense. You can tell Scottie's just being so aggressive on offense. He takes it in, double team, tries to draw the foul, throws the ball up with his left hand. Rodman leaves the double team Van Exel. Nobody rotates out to Magic. And if he keeps making those, scoring in the low post like he's been doing, he's going to open up a lot for this Laker team. But it's going to take some time, Verne, for this team to get a feel for each other.
How about that pass? Jordan finds James Edwards.
Well, that's about the fourth time tonight that they've come to double team, and he just goes away from the double team. You can't allow him to go away from where you're getting help.
Michael now has 6 assists for the night. Back to Magic. Off the dribble by Rodman. Short. Rodman has 20 rebounds. Scottie Pippen will shoot free throws.
This is a good read by Magic. He catches the ball out at the three-point line. He just gives a little head fake, which is the right decision. But he looks like he's thinking about passing, and then nobody's open and realizes he has to shoot. That's just from coming with playing with your teammates, knowing what they're going to do to get open.
One of the rare misfires for Scottie Pippen tonight. Utah beat the Clippers earlier. Cleveland in a romp over Phoenix. San Antonio over Minnesota. Orlando won tonight over Atlanta. And Washington defeats Portland. Kerr, Pippen, Rodman, James Edwards, and Ron Harper now as Michael Jordan gets a rest. Scottie Pippen has 30 for the night. Foul on James Edwards. Well, the Bulls this season, 107 points per game, that's first. Point differential is about 12.5. First in three-point percentage. Opponent's field goal percentage. I guess there are reasons why they're 40-3.
And Verne, one big difference from last year with the addition of Rodman, they're second in rebound margin. Fourth in total rebounds, but rebounds per game margin, they're second with all those other offensive categories. That's exactly what Magic was talking about.
Ron Harper. All the way up and in. We near the final minute of the third quarter. Chicago took control of this with a strong second quarter during which the Lakers scored only 13 points. And they have maintained that command here in the third quarter despite an 8-0 run at one point by the Lakers. Jud Buechler is going to come back on now. Scottie Pippen will get a rest.
You know, the Lakers' game plan was to go inside, and they're still sticking with that game plan. The problem with that is it takes a long time each possession to score if you're playing that style of basketball. I think they've been mesmerized by the matchups on the inside, and the outside guys have gotten away from the strengths of their game. They've just gone inside, let them pound the ball, stand on the perimeter, and watch, and live or die by the outside shot.
Campbell gets the first, and will shoot one.
A lot of teams are getting mesmerized by that. This year, Verne, just the inside-outside game with that new three-point line, I think in some ways it makes the game boring because so many teams just go inside and just spot up on the outside.
You now have a platform. You may continue your campaign to get that thing moved back out. We will persist in this.
I want to see the Van Exels and Eddie Jones drive to the basket and create. like this guy right here, dribbling the ball up the court.
Rodman smiling as he trails him down the field, the court. And there's Van Exel missing with the runner. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Shot clock off. Kerr shadowed by Van Exel. Anthony Peeler almost had the steal. Buechler in and out. The tip is good. Rodman with a rebound that equals his season high of 21 rebounds, and he also goes into double digits with 10 points. And Scottie Pippen, 30 points, 12 of 21 from the field. It's been a bull show so far.
The new reloadable smart card. The future is happening now down under and on its way here. From MasterCard, it's smart money.
Come to Georgetown, you'll be a big man on campus.
At Indiana, you'll be on national TV.
You get a great education.
A college degree.
And all the crunchy tacos you can eat.
Soft tacos.
Crunchy.
Soft.
Crunchy.
Soft.
Another double-decker taco, son?
Thanks, Coach.
Coach.
Now try the bacon double-decker tacos from Taco Bell. 2 new ways to bring soft and crunchy together for one big sizzling taste.
A little something for the road, boys?
When it comes to endurance racing, there's nothing like the Baja. 1,000 miles of dust, heat, and terrain so rough it can shake a truck to pieces, which makes the Baja the perfect place to prove just how tough the Duralast battery really is. So the next time you hit the open road, don't settle for anything less, because the battery that ran the Baja is the same Duralast battery you can depend on to start your truck, and it's the one we stock at AutoZone. The Duralast battery, power you can depend on.
We begin the start of the fourth quarter. The Lakers trail Chicago 80-59 before a crowd that is still here.
Now, Verne, look at Magic. He's got Rodman under the basket. They have to help on Harper, leaves Jud Buechler open. Magic just fakes and stands and watch. His man Rodman's getting the easy tip in. Maybe Magic is a little bit tired.
Jack got to be thinking, I flew all the way from Miami for this.
Yeah, he's a little disappointed that he came now.
Right. Well, Magic has played 23 minutes thus far tonight. He's 4 of 9 from the field. 3 rebounds, but only 1 assist, which is really remarkable.
Norm Nixon, a great point guard for the Lakers.
As we begin the fourth, it's Michael Jordan back on the floor. James Edwards, Steve Kerr. Here's Michael. Ron Harper. That was Magic. No, beg your pardon. It was Elden. Well, let me try it one more time. It was Corie Blount.
Well, Corie Blount was traded over here to the Lakers, and he has something to prove to the Chicago fans and the Chicago team. He wants to play well here in the fourth quarter.
Blount has it right now. Lynch. Back to Peeler as the shot clock goes off. Shot clock violation, denying Rodman his 22nd rebound. He's going to go over and ask for a recount.
He's telling the refs right there, that hit the rim, that hit the rim.
I don't think he's going to have any problem getting number 22 before the night's over.
Can you believe Rodman didn't make the All-Star team?
No.
I thought they did a pretty good job of picking the players. There's a few players that have some complaints. Cliff Robinson in Portland, Strickland in Portland, Ceballos, but I don't think any of them have as strong a complaint as Rodman.
Rodman leading the league in rebounds, 14.7 per game. Here's Ceballos coming back on. Cedric played for the All-Stars last year. Rodman left off. He was a little upset by it, too.
Yeah, justifiably so. He deserved to be on it. And, you know, whether you like him or not, you know, you hate to see it get involved with that, the politics of it.
Like so.
Hopefully the guys are selected on the merits of what they do on the basketball court alone.
Ron Harper gets those two. It's a 23-point lead. 10.5 to go. Peeler got it.
Well, Magic's playing point guard offensively and defensively right now.
Del Harris told us this afternoon he didn't want that to happen. He said it might tonight, but in terms of the season, that's not where he thinks Magic is going to contribute the most. Edwards, everything is going the way of the Bulls.
James Edwards is an excellent low post player, and I was teasing him last week when he was on the injured list of why he wasn't playing and was he injured. He says, I'm just old, but I'm saving it for the home stretch.
Well, this is the second really long West Coast road trip for the Bulls this year. Here's Corie Blount. Nope, Rodman got his 22nd rebound. That is a new season high. Jordan brings it back outside. On their previous, here's Kerr.
Steve Kerr's been shooting the ball so good from the three-point line. Magic was backed off him 4 feet. He hasn't shot a three all night, so he says, what the heck?
Carbon monoxide isn't the only thing to worry about coming from your tailpipe, because with every stroke of your engine, motor oil is being vaporized into exhaust, leaving less and less protection. That's why there's Castrol GTX 10W30. Of every leading 10W30, Castrol provides the most protection against volatility burn-off. So use Castrol, or watch more of your protection go up in smoke. Castrol GTX, engineered for greater protection against breakdown.
The job needs 4 guys now, and the guys need all their equipment. You're working harder than ever. You need a truck that does too. Meet the all-new 1997 Ford F-150, the only full-size pickup with a standard super cab third door, 60/40 split rear bench, and standard dual airbags, plus a taller cab for more hat and boot room than ever. After all, the guys aren't getting any smaller. The new Ford F-150. Strength after strength after strength.
Time management entails prioritizing, synergizing, reorganizing,
Earth to business guru. This is difficult. Well, at least Office Max, the office product superstore, is easy. Over 6,000 office products, including quality brand names like Toshiba or Jordan, at guaranteed low prices that won't make that vein on your accountant's forehead bulge. Free delivery, too. Talk about time management. Office Max, we go to the max for you.
Bulls, Suns, Tuesday at 8 on TNT.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. Wennington with 11, Edwards with 10. And contrast that with Vlade Divac, who has only 2 for the Lakers. And the Bulls have won the battle in the paint on rebounds as well. Well, Chicago, among other things, chasing a record set by the 71-72 Lakers, who won 69 games. Jerry West was a part of that team, and he's with Cheryl Miller. Cheryl?
Thanks a lot, Verne. Jerry, I know it's very difficult to try to compare this team with the 71 and 72, but how tough are the Chicago Bulls?
Well, they're really a great team. They have 3 wonderful players at different positions, and they're all defensive players. In the game today, you rarely see 3 defensive players on the same team. These guys all play so well. I'm talking about obviously Michael, Scottie, and Dennis. And they're tenacious. They've done an absolutely wonderful job. I think they're going to win 70-some games. I really do.
Where would you rank this team as far as the great teams that have played in the NBA?
Well, you know, it's really hard to tell because no one's even challenging them. In this league today, there's only a few teams can challenge them. And I think in the past, there might be a few more teams, but you can't demean what they've accomplished. This is a wonderful team. And as I say, they're terrific because they play so hard. They're fun to watch play. They got a much older team than us, and they just absolutely killed us with their energy tonight.
What were your thoughts after Magic's game against Golden State?
Well, I was really excited for him because, you know, he's a wonderful player, and some of the things that he does out there, you're hopeful it'll help some of our younger players. But, you know, his timing's a little bit off, but he's going to be a great impact player for us before the year's over.
All right, thanks a lot, Jerry. Let's go back to you, Verne, Danny.
Okay, Cheryl, you'd think with all that Jerry had accomplished here in the position he holds with the Lakers, he'd get better seats. Well, the Bulls 40-3. That is an NBA record, most wins for a team with 3 defeats. They set the record last night when the win over Sacramento. The Lakers went on to win 69 games and the championship in 71-72.
Verne, I'm becoming a believer of that 70-game thing. I mean, it's getting there. When they come on the road after winning so many games in the road and beat Houston, Sacramento, who's had a great year this year, and the Lakers with all the hype here without Kukoc and Longley, that's very impressive.
Ceballos gets that one for the Lakers.
And Jerry West said an interesting thing, too, about the energy level. Not only are these guys older, they played a game last night, and they're on the road. These guys haven't played for 3 days. The Lakers, that's where they should be winning the game, is the hustle and the energy.
Well, here's something. They're 23-2 in back-to-back games this year, but the 2 defeats have come in the first games of back-to-backs. Kerr fouls Van Exel. No basket. Well, coming up Sunday, more exciting NBA action. NBC will have a doubleheader for you, 1 o'clock Eastern. The New York Knicks against Indiana, and in Game 2, San Antonio against Orlando.
Well, I think TV is going to allow Magic to take some time now and get his game ready. I think this Laker team is going to be a team to contend with. I don't know if they're necessarily the favorites yet, but if they can put it together with the addition of Magic, they have a chance to contend for the West.
Look at Michael chase down the loose ball after Edwards missed. 7:20 to go in this one. Seats are still full. And Edwards fills it up again.
He can still score. He needs to play for at least 5 games until Longley comes back, and then he can go back in his rocking chair and wait for the playoffs.
Magic foul. Michael fouled him and goes over to help him up.
You can see Verne Magic has played well down the stretch here, but he's been playing this point guard in this 4th quarter, and he looks a little bit more comfortable out there on the perimeter directing the team than he does playing in the low post, although he's been very successful in the low post as well.
Jordan, who's an 85% career free throw shooter, is at the line. Said he was disappointed in himself the other night. He missed a free throw.
Yeah, that's great. You know, free throws are such an underrated aspect of the game. And, you know, Portland Trailblazers are about a 500 club right now, 1 or 2 games under, I believe. But, you know, if they can shoot free throws, they may be 6 or 7 games over 500. Magic missed another one. It could be fatigue, though, tonight.
Well, the Bulls continue this road trip. They go to Denver tonight, immediately after the game, and take on Denver on Sunday. Then they're down to Phoenix on Tuesday night on TNT. Danny and I will be there. And then they round up the road trip before the All-Star break on Wednesday night at Golden State.
That Tuesday night game, Verne, will be good. Phoenix is playing a lot better basketball. Danny Manning is back. KJ's playing great. Yeah, they struggled tonight. But Phoenix is a team. I would hate to play the Lakers or Phoenix in the first round of the playoffs if I had a 55 or 60 winning season like Seattle or San Antonio.
Jordan over Ceballos. Nope. Yeah. Rodman wrestles for it. Didn't get it. He's angry.
Well, he's telling the official he had control of that.
Right.
Give me a rebound and a turnover.
He's had a wonderful night tonight.
Yes, he has.
6:15 to go. Rodman has 23 rebounds. The Lakers have 23 rebounds. That's impressive.
Well, Magic touched on it a little bit earlier, but one thing that's unique about the 3 superstars that Chicago has is they all come to play every night. From the opening tip for the entire game, they're on the court. Right now, they're ahead by 23 points, and they're still playing. They're still beating them to the loose balls. They're still playing with more energy.
Kerr takes makes the jumper. Offensive basket interference.
You know, Ron Harper, a lot of people compared him to Drexler and Michael Jordan when he came out of this league. Had some knee problems, but he's showing his athletic ability. He's great in the open court, and he can do this kind of thing. Come up and make long tip-ins, get up above all the big guys. A very athletic guy, and he's just playing a role. He doesn't get a chance to do the things that those other guys are doing, and he's sacrificing for the benefit of the team.
At the other end, Nick Van Exel got the basket. Edwards back to Rodman. Kerr. He's got 7 tonight. He's been in double digits each of the last two games. Magic for 3. Ceballos fights for the rebound and gets it away from Rodman.
Rodman doesn't like that. Good play by Ceballos. Ceballos is an excellent rebounder. Has over 300 rebounds on the season. Very good offensive rebounder.
17 points for Cedric Ceballos. Rodman to Kerr. Buechler and Randy Brown getting ready to come in. Sedale Threatt will come in for the Lakers. Harper. Elden Campbell for Los Angeles. We've got 4:45 remaining in this one. 10 rebounds now for Elden Campbell. Van Exel goes up, gets rid of it, and Ceballos puts it in.
Well, Van Exel's lucky he didn't get called for the foul right there. I think the officials, had it not been a 20-point lead, would have called the foul on Van Exel.
Eddie Jones gets James Edwards. Now Sedale Threatt will replace Van Exel. And for Chicago, Buechler and Randy Brown replace Michael Jordan and Ron Harper. That might be it for Michael Jordan. $17 points.
You know, you can't even evaluate Michael's performances on stats, Verne, because he draws so much attention. Scottie Pippen was shooting wide open threes out there for a while tonight. Dennis Rodman getting wide open offensive rebounds because Michael demands so much attention on the court.
Rodman gets to rest with 10 points and 23 rebounds, a season high.
And he's not happy, Verne. He wants more rebounds. He wants to keep playing.
Elden Campbell. Buechler with the steal. 18 turnovers for Los Angeles. The Lakers are at home Sunday against Utah. A Utah team that is in a virtual tie with Houston and San Antonio for the Midwest Division lead. Kerr. Beautiful.
Oh, you don't see Steve Kerr do that often. Beautiful crossover a la Tim Hardaway right there. Made Ceballos look bad on defense.
21-point lead. And now the Who Are They's are leaving. Magic Johnson now with 15 points.
Verne, Magic hasn't been as impressive as he was the other night. I think simply because Chicago's defense really rose to the occasion of this game and they're playing so good. But he still has been very impressive. Excellent in the low post. Dennis Rodman, one of the best defensive low post players, has not been able to stop Magic down there one-on-one. So when they get the chemistry and figure out who they are and everybody starts playing well, this team will be tough.
That was Jason Caffey with the last basket. Here comes Kerr. Caffey to his left. Randy Brown, who doesn't score much, gets 2 tonight. So Randy Brown in the ledger, 97-74. How about this LA team that scored 128 the other night against Golden State, and they're going to struggle to get to 80 tonight. Ceballos has 21.
That just goes to show you that defense. I mean, a lot of it is the Lakers. They don't know each other. Their chemistry's not quite there, but you got to give credit to the incredible defense, particularly on the perimeter with Pippen and Jordan.
Time has been called.
You'd never seen anything like it, but you soon learned its name.
a name that dominated the 80s. Now Ford Taurus lays claim to a new era with another revolutionary design, with outstanding performance, a roomier interior, and a penchant for quality that have led to a familiar result. For the 4th straight year, Ford Taurus is the best-selling car in America. The new Ford Taurus, picking up right where it left off.
Making the dream come true.
What can you do in just 5 minutes? You can get perfect abs like these with the Abdominator. Just 5 easy movements, 1 minute each to slim and trim your stomach. With progressive resistance, the Abdominator flattens your entire ab area, and it's only $29.95. Trim the upper, lower, left, right, and middle of your stomach for just 1 minute each with the Abdominator. Order now through this exclusive TV offer, and we'll include the 5 steps video absolutely free. So call right now.
Your government has abandoned you.
It is said we judge a society by the quality of its prisons. In 1864, 33,000 Union soldiers were crowded into a small prison camp in Georgia.
What do you call this little piece of heaven? Welcome to Andersonville.
Legendary filmmaker John Frankenheimer has created the television event of the year, the great untold story of the Civil War, Andersonville. World premiere March 3rd, exclusively on TNT.
97-76 with 2:19 remaining. Magic Johnson, of course, his second game back. Michael Jordan was asked what advice he might give to his friend.
I think the thing that he's going to find out the most important thing is that the speed of the game has picked up quite a bit. I mean, he's been playing these pickup games or whatever he's been doing. It's not the same intensity when you get back out here and you play with some of the best. So I think it's going to take him some time to get his timing back. You know, he may have one game here, and the next game he can't get it together. I found that to be very difficult to be as consistent as Magic Johnson was as Michael Jordan was.
You know, Verne, I don't think he's necessarily talking about the tempo of the game as much as how the intensity level of guys picking you up full court and banging you. Everything goes so much harder. In that first game back, Magic had those impressive stats, but that was like a game he was playing on the tour that he's been doing, or the Washington Generals I thought he was playing the other night.
Bring out red clots. Well, Magic, 27 minutes in his first game on Tuesday night, 32 minutes tonight. 3 assists, 3 rebounds. You saw the points. Michael Jordan had 17 points tonight. Played a complimentary role to Rodman and Pippen. And then really good point production from Wennington and Edwards at the center spot, with Luke Longley and Tony Kukoc unavailable. There's Ceballos. Well, just think of what Chicago is about to accomplish now. They're going to go 19-3 on the road. 19-3. That's a home record most teams would be envious of.
Verne, I mean, it really is amazing. And we've talked a lot about the watered-down league, but these are good teams they're beating. Sacramento's a good team. Houston's a good team they're beating on the road. And the 3 games they've lost are all to really good teams on the road in San Antonio, Orlando, and Indiana.
Shot clock violation. Simpkins can't quite get it. Uh-oh, Steve Kerr is limping. Steve Kerr has injured an ankle.
Uh-oh, he's in a lot of pain. You know, this is the only thing that could stop Chicago from winning 70 games, in my opinion, is injuries. You can get by with the little ankle sprains for a few days. Kukoc just doesn't look too bad. It looks like he'll be back in a few days. But this will hurt him if they lose Steve Kerr.
Big time. There's Tony Kukoc, who is out for tonight's game. Pippen had 30. Rodman had 23 rebounds. And this one became a showcase for the Bulls when they ripped it open in the second quarter, limiting the Lakers to 13 points. There was a 13-point lead at the half, and it never got closer than 12 down the stretch. Steve Kerr wincing in pain. Well, somebody's got a boom box somewhere. I'm not sure where that came from. Danny, was that you?
No, that wasn't me. Was that Sinbad rapping behind us there somewhere?
That could have been. Jack's gone.
Yeah, Jack left. I think he left at halftime.
Charlie Sheen is still here. Hanging in there. Yep.
Charlie Sheen is just sitting in the exit row. He's giving all the women kisses goodbye as they leave the arena.
He was taking pictures. He's got his camera here tonight. Magic Johnson, 32 minutes in his second game. And the Lakers will see their 4-game win streak come to a close tonight. They've won 4 in a row 3 different times this season. And they continue the homestand against Utah on Sunday night. Danny and I continue our travels with the Bulls as we see them in Phoenix. In between, they've got the Sunday game in Denver. Buechler, Simpkins, Randy Brown from the corner. Nope. And Ceballos brings it down. Final 35 seconds of this one. Ernie Johnson and Reggie Theus will join us on Inside the NBA. Those of you back east, it's a little late, but stay with them. We'll talk about Rod Strickland's All-Star snub. There's Ron Harper for 2. And a look back at the month of January, a month in which the Chicago team went undefeated for the first time in the 30-year history of the franchise, 14-0. Well, this is going to be their 9th win in a row on the road, their 19th win in a row, period. That's adding to a club record this team has held, has established. That one falls through with 6.5 seconds to go. The Chicago Bulls are 41-3. Michael Jordan with 17 points. Scottie Pippen, though, had 30. Dennis Rodman with 23 rebounds. And the Bulls win it big as Magic and Michael share a moment, a not so private moment. And we'll be back with Scottie Pippen right after this message.
It's tough to describe a headache. You just want it gone. But now with Tylenol, 2 Advil work better on tough headache pain. There is Excedrin, but that's aspirin, and the ingredient in Tylenol, and caffeine. I don't want all that. I'll go with Advil.
Advil contains the #1 doctor-prescribed pain reliever in its class.
Nothing is proven to work better or last longer than Advil.
And now, introducing new Advil Gel Caplets. One more advance for Advil. Advanced medicine for pain.
906 Accent clear for takeoff.
The critics have praised the Hyundai Accent in terms that are lofty, elevated, uplifting, on a higher plane than the competition. So, if you've been looking for something nice in economy class, Accent is the only way to fly. The 1996 Accent from Hyundai.
If I did serve for jury duty, would I be safe?
He was sent to persuade her. All you have to do is say not guilty. Now, I think she's sexy. His assignment has become an obsession.
You're never out of my thoughts, Annie.
And his passion...
Do you think I could turn myself into sheer love?
...has become her nightmare.
Stay out of our lives.
Demi Moore, Alec Baldwin.
Good night, Annie.
The Juror, rated R. At theaters now.
Bulls win at 99-84, and again, they display their diversity. They had Pippen scoring, Rodman rebounding, and Dennis Rodman is with Cheryl Miller.
Just seem to continue to get the job done day in and day out.
It's not a career high, it's just like a season high.
A season high.
I'm just trying to be the glue of this team and trying to stay focused and not try to get the overlook teams like the Lakers and teams down the road. But this team is...
You know, Dennis, I know that that you've had a tremendous, and I know not making the All-Stars has been a little unsettling for you. How do you keep that from being a distraction?
It's not a distraction. It's a positive thing to me. It's a negative, but it's a positive, and I just keep going on and on. For 10 years, I've been doing the same thing, and I just hope that one day that people will respect what I'm doing.
Well, I certainly do respect you. Congratulations on your game. Good luck the rest of the season. Thanks a lot, Dennis.
Hello, Alexis.
Back to you, Verne.
All right, Cheryl, thank you very much. We've been joined by Scottie Pippen. It was a very special night, and you stepped forward and had a very special evening.
Well, it was great. You know, I knew the whole game would be built up around Michael and Magic, and it'd give me an opportunity to put on my little show on the side.
Hey, Scottie, the thing that amazed me about the game tonight was your guys' energy level. You had a game last night. You're older than the Lakers. They've had 3 games off. What makes it so special? I mean, you guys have so much energy.
Well, I think last night's game was a tough game, but we were able to, you know, send our starters to play heavy minutes. We were able to get to rest as we did tonight. You know, we took care of business late in the 4th quarter in Sacramento, and guys got rest, and we came out with great energy tonight, and that's something this team has really been striding on, is really being able to come back after back-to-back and have some energy.
Right here, we got a great move that you're making here.
Yeah, where did this come from?
Oh, I just had to pull that out of my repertoire. I thought I had to foul, and I just kind of threw something up, but I didn't get the foul, but I was able to finish the shot.
Well, it was kind of that night, wasn't it? That kind of night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that kind of night. You know, you feel you got a good flow going, and everything was dropping for me. So, you know, I just threw some garbage up there, and it fell, too.
Hey, Scottie, you were trying to show off. It was Magic's night. Magic's night in the Forum. You were trying to outdo Magic. Tell the truth.
Well, I think the focal point tonight was Magic and Michael, and we didn't want to get caught up in that far as a team aspect, and we wanted to come out, move the ball, and play well as a team, and not really give Michael a lot of isolation. That's pretty sure that's what the fans here in the Forum wanted to see, but we didn't want to get caught up in that, and, you know, we tried to stay with our game plan.
Congratulations, Scottie. 30 points, another victory for the Bulls. They're 41-3. It's been a magical tour through the West. Michael and Magic, and the night has come to a close. We'll be back in just a moment.
Andersonville premieres Sunday, March 3rd on TNT.
A lot of folks in Johnson City, Tennessee will tell you when you need a part for your car, go to AutoZone. The parts are top quality, the prices are low, and the people are helpful, like Gary Jennings. You see, when it comes to auto parts, folks will tell you Gary really knows his stuff. Oh, sure, they know there are other parts stores in town, but when it comes to getting the right part, the right price, and good advice from folks like Gary, there's just no place better than AutoZone.
906 Accent clear for takeoff.
The critics have praised the Hyundai Accent in terms that are lofty, elevated, uplifting, on a higher plane than the competition. So, if you've been looking for something nice in economy class, Accent is the only way to fly. The 1996 Accent from Hyundai.
Still going. Long-lasting Energizer batteries keep going.
My planet.
Re-engineering results in a paradigm shift in the corporate matrix.
What?
Thus facilitating
Experiencing system overload? We're gonna crash. Better click on Office Max. The office product superstore, electronics, computers, software, with great brand names like Brother or System Connection. At guaranteed low prices that will re-engineer your budget. You can even shop online. Get the latest business technology without even shifting your paradigm. Whatever that means. Office Max. We go to the max for you.
The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Hyundai and their technologically advanced Accent, well-equipped Elantra, and roomy Sonata. Hyundai, some of the best ideas on the road. By the more than 1,200 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by AT&T.
Back at the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles, actually in Inglewood, where Scottie Pippen's 30 and Dennis Rodman's 23 rebounds helped propel the Bulls to their 41st victory of 1996. They go on to Denver with a 41-3 record. The Lakers' 4-game win streak comes to a close on a night when Michael and Magic met on this floor for the first time in 4.5 years. Join us again next week for more NBA action. Tuesday at 8 o'clock, Danny and I will be in Phoenix as the Bulls take on the Suns. On Wednesday, a doubleheader for you on TBS. Orlando against Detroit in Game 1. And New Jersey will be here at the Great Western Forum to take on Magic and the Lakers. Coming up next, a late night for the guys in Atlanta, Ernie and Reggie, inside the NBA. For Danny Ainge and Cheryl Miller, I'm Verne Lundquist saying good night from Los Angeles.